Hello everyone, it's Jen from Crafty and Creative Housewives, and today I am going to show you how to create customized gift boxes that are perfect for holidays, birthdays, all different times of year, and for everyone that you might be gifting to. So these boxes, I'll show you where I purchased them. I did purchase the boxes. They're really cute. They come flat, which makes them great for storing. And then we're going to assemble them, and I'll show you a few different ways to personalize the boxes themselves, and then give you some ideas of what types of things that you can put inside of them to make them the perfect custom gift. Let's go ahead and just jump right into the project.
Make all the projects I'm going to make today. These are the supplies that you are going to need. For the pink happy birthday box, you will need to get the box. I am using glitter vinyl and strong grip transfer tape, and then just a collection of ribbons. And the ribbons that I used, I just got this collection of ribbons from Michael's. It came as like a bundle. You could use any ribbon that you wanted to. To make the Christmas Eve box, you are going to need the red box. I am using a green velvet ribbon. You could also use like a gold. If you picked a different color box, there's a really pretty red velvet ribbon. Anyway, there's a lot of options. You will need printable vinyl or another type of printable sticker paper. I'm using the printable vinyl because I like it a lot. And then for the shirt that's inside the box, you will need green everyday iron-on and red glitter iron-on. Then you will want a scraper tool, a brayer, a weeding tool, a lint roller. This is a Cricut machine. Obviously, you're going to want a Cricut machine. And if you're making the shirt, you will also need a heat source. I will be using my auto press today. That's everything that you need to make all three projects. If you were only making, say, the happy birthday box, then you would just need the pink box, the glitter vinyl, the strong grip transfer tape, and then ribbon. So this is everything for all of the projects, not everything you need just to make one of them. Okay, so here's the pink box. We're going to go ahead and assemble this. So you just are going to remove the covers from the corners. So it's just covering the adhesive. All right, now that we have those corners removed, so this inside portion just lifts up. And as those lift up, it automatically brings up the box shape. So we can just go ahead and then just really make sure and push that adhesive down so that the adhesive from that whole triangle is adhered. And then, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's a magnet here and a magnet here. And there's a magnet here and a magnet here. And so those should line up. And then your box actually has that magnetic closure. The red box, the magnets are a little more temperamental. I am able to get it to close, but you also have the ribbon. But I love a nice, sturdy, reusable box. And I think this is going to be really cute to create a gift. Okay, now that we have our box assembled, let's look at the other supplies that we are going to use today. I am using the Explorer 3. I am using a green standard grip mat. I have my brayer, weeding tool, scraper. I am going to use gold glitter vinyl and some strong grip transfer tape because you need strong grip with your glitter vinyl. And then I have a happy birthday design that I have uploaded to Design Space that we're going to go ahead and cut out on our Cricut machine. Okay, we're here in Design Space, and I'm going to go ahead and upload that happy birthday image. So we're going to click on upload image, find the image on the computer, and I am using the SVG file for this. So I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. And then you can see we've got it here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit upload. Now I wanted to show you that because it is a SVG file, even though it looks like it's just one file, if you come up here to ungroup, you can see that they're actually all individual letters. So because we have letters that are cutting through and across, like the I connects to the R, the T comes across to the H, things like that, we want to make sure that we're not having it cut in between each of those letters. So I'm going to come down here to the bottom of the right toolbar. I'm going to click on combine, and I'm going to click unite. So that is essentially what weld used to be. If you come over here, you can see there is still a weld option, but with unite, you have the ability to undo that later if for some reason you are like, oh, I want this D to come over a little bit farther or whatever that you might want. So I really like that Unite tool. I'm going to go ahead and hit make. Save project. Yes, we'll say HBD box and hit save. And then it's going to take us to this next screen. And we're going to go ahead and say that we want to cut it on the mat, 12 by 12 mat, click confirm. You can see the image is laid out exactly how we want it. And if you zoom in here, you can see that there's no cut lines where these letters come in together. So that's exactly what we want. It'll be cut out exactly how we want it. So we'll go ahead and say continue. It is going to go ahead and connect to my machine. And then we can select the material that we are going to use. I am just using a glitter vinyl. We can do that. You can see that. So if you didn't know, the C over here means that it is a Cricut material. So this should work perfectly for the material that I'm using because I am using Cricut glitter vinyl. So I don't need to worry about adjusting the pressure. Over here, you can see that it says mirror off. This is a vinyl project, not an HDB project. So I do not need to worry about having that mirrored. And then now we're ready to go ahead and cut. Okay, so I just opened my roll of glitter vinyl and I just wanted to show you if you don't have strong grip transfer tape on hand, it does come with strong grip transfer tape with it. I just have a scrap piece, so I'm going to go ahead and use that and I'll save this piece. I, whenever possible, like to not pre-cut my materials. So I just feel like it wastes less material. So I'm just going to roll it out here onto the mat, line it up at these two corners here. And we'll go ahead and smooth it out. And then anytime I'm using especially glitter type materials, I like to use the brayer just because it really helps get that material stuck down onto the mat. And then you can see, let me just adjust this a little bit, that my machine is flashing. So it is ready to load. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this under the tabs here on my machine and go ahead and load it. And then once it pulls it in, we can go ahead and hit go. All right, now we can unload the mat and we can go ahead and close my machine. And I'm just going to remove my material from the mat. I like to roll the mat away from the material, keeps the material from curling up. And then now that is ready to go, I can use my paper trimmer and just trim this so that I have it just the size that I need it. All right, the next step is going to be weeding the material. So we're just going to use the weeding tool. I'm going to jump into these little inside pieces first and get those weeded off. And there we go. We have the whole design weeded on for my machine on the default setting. That cut perfectly and it weeded so easy. I actually love it. This vinyl, glitter vinyl, is actually pretty thin, which is really nice. It doesn't feel like super like thick and bulky. So now I have my transfer tape. Now this transfer tape is thicker than your standard grip transfer tape. If you haven't used strong grip, like it's not a ton, but I feel like it feels a little bit thicker and it does have a stronger adhesive. So you're going to want to make sure that as you're laying down your transfer tape that you just have it. I am not one to follow the grids on the transfer tape. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So I just like to make sure that I have it centered well enough that there is room on both sides. So I'm just going to like smooth out one side and then smooth out the other. And then somewhere I have my scraper tool that got moved off to the side. And then we're just going to go ahead and burnish this on so that it will lift up our glitter vinyl. Okay, we're going to flip that over. I like to burnish from the back. What this does is it just kind of pushes that vinyl onto the transfer tape, which I think is helpful. And then we'll just slowly peel back from the corner. You can see it's not sticking down yet, so we're going to do more burnishing. A lot of times if you can get like just one section started, so this is getting pretty close here. If you can get it started, then it just starts to stick down. And you may find that you need to, like, you can see that I have my backer folded down flat. So that's helping kind of continue to push that glitter onto, or that vinyl onto the transfer tape. So just go slow. You don't want it to let. This is the glitter vinyls and the foil vinyls and things like that. You just want to go nice and slow so that you're not stretching them and like changing the shape of your letters or anything. All right, so now we have our design completely transferred over onto the transfer tape, and I have my box. So I would confirm and then confirm again that you're having the box oriented the right direction. Dust off, make sure there's no like lint or anything to it. And then you need to decide how you want the placement for your text. So mine's pretty big. I could put it right in the middle. What I'm going to do, however, is I'm going to put it over to the side because I want to be able, actually, I'll probably put it over to the side. I want to be able to tie my ribbon around the box and have a cute ribbon tied on this side over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it over here, and then I need to get like above it a little bit so that I can make sure that it looks pretty straight. Then I'm going to get it located in the right location, and I can burnish it on with the scraper tool. Okay, I feel like that looks pretty good there. So now I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to use my scraper tool, and I'm just going to smooth that out. Now, again, I am choosing to put it over onto the side. You could also make this really small, put it here in the corner so that you could have your ribbon come across both ways. It is totally up to you how you want to locate your design. So the nice thing with, because of the finish of this box, I don't feel like I had to worry about, it's not like paper, it's smoother. It has more of a finish on it almost. And so it's not like taking transfer tape off of like a cardstock where it might lift the fibers or anything like that. All right. So now that we have our design on the box, we can start hanging the ribbon. So I think I showed you guys earlier, this is the ribbon that came with this. And I am not a huge fan. I feel like it's not gold. It's not really pink. It's not really cream. It's just not my favorite, not very cute. So I'm not going to use that one. But I do have this cute collection of ribbons that I got at Hobby Lobby and Michael's, actually. I think I got it at Michael's. So I think I'm going to do a collection of these to just tie around this end here. It'll just be something that they're able to just slide off and then pop open the front of the box. Okay, so I just picked a fun collection of these ribbons, and then I'm just going to tie it around the edge here. And I'm just going to tie it in like a loose little knot. Which I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide one side a little bit farther. And then we'll do a loop in one side, but not the other. So that will make it easy to untie. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And then we will act like we're tying it like normal, like a loop, a bow. And then I will just keep this one side looped and pull this side all the way through. And so then that way it has a little bit more of a full looking bow. But you could do anything, like you could add any type of bow on here. But I wanted to show you what I came up with for this little birthday gift. And then we'll finish off the inside as well, because the inside's pretty cute. So inside this box, it looks just like the outside. So nice thing, we can just slide this off. No big deal there. So we'll slide that off. And then this is what I put together for this happy birthday gift. So this would be a great gift for like an adult woman, a teenage girl, obviously more girly, but so you have a lot of options with these boxes. If you wanted to, you could add another message inside here. So I'm doing this a little bit generic, but if it was like a 16th birthday, you could add like a really cute sweet 16. You could add a name. You could do any of that on the inside here. And then this was just some fun stuff. I wanted to show you how much these boxes can hold because it's a lot. So a fun little chocolate and caramel. This is one of those little like hair, I think they call them like turbans or something like that for drying your hair. So we have some makeup remover wipes. We have a face mask, hand mask, and foot mask. We have a hair clip. We have a spa headband and this whole fun, just little package of like a mini shampoo, conditioner, dry shampoo, styling cream. So just a fun gift. I thought it was just like a cute, fun gift. So I can put all these back in here. And then we have the ability, if we want, we can add tissue paper. We can add like the crinkle paper on here. Really, like these boxes, I feel like the sky is the limit with what you could do. I may just like set this all aside and save it up for the next birthday that I have coming up, which I actually have quite a few between friends and nieces and daughters coming up. So this will definitely come in handy. Now, because these boxes are reusable, I learned, I feel like kind of later in life that not everybody loved to wrap gifts as much as I do. I love to wrap gifts. And so something like this is so fun for me. Something that's reusable, looks really nice, like just a step up from maybe a gift bag or even a like wrapping paper. But so if you wanted to, you could personalize the inside. Obviously, personalizing the inside is going to make it a little more less reusable, especially if you added like a name or something. So this is one idea. I'm going to show you another idea right now that has to do with maybe a cute little Christmas Eve box. So let's jump into that really quick.
All right, for our next project, we are back here in Design Space and we are going to make a t-shirt to go along with our Christmas Eve pajama pants. So I'm going to come down here to upload. We're going to go ahead and find that image. You can see that it's here. I'm going to upload the SVG file again. So here we have that image. I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. You can see that the background is checked, so there's no background on there. So we can go ahead and hit upload. And now it's just going to add it to the canvas for us. Again, like with the other project, it's doing the same thing. So you can see that it is a SVG file, but when you click on it, it is definitely all a bunch of different pieces. And you can especially see this here where the F goes into the A, that it would cut through that and kind of make a mess of our project if we left it like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go ahead. Well, first of all, I'm going to change the size. It's a little bigger than I want it to be. We're just going to go, I have 11.5 inches. Then I'm going to come up here and I am going to ungroup it. So by clicking on this, it just it ungroups it. Then I'm going to take my F and my A. I'm going to select both of those. I'm going to come down here to combine and I'm going to hit unite. So now that is one. You can see there's no longer any line between the F and the A there. It's just going to cut that all as one. And then I'm going to select everything else over here. And I'm just going to attach all of my fa-la-las so that we have those all laid out correctly when I cut them out. It will make it so much nicer. I won't have to try to lay out each individual set of letters. So I'm just going to come down here and click on attach. And now we can click make. And it's going to ask us to save our project. So we'll just say fa-la-la. Go ahead and hit save. And then it's going to take us over to the next screen here. And from here, I'm going to say that I'm cutting on a mat. I'm using a 12 by 12 mat. Now I have these two different designs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mirror them both right now, so I don't have to worry about it later. And then when I click continue, it's going to go ahead and it's going to connect to our machine. I am cutting the red out of glitter iron-on and the green out of everyday iron-on. Then we can go ahead and come back and put these designs on our shirt.
Okay, next we are going to prep our shirt for part of our Christmas Eve gift box. So I'm just lint rolling it while the press is warming up. I have already cut and weeded my design. I'm using both glitter. Now I'm going to change the temperature because it's a lower temperature for everyday iron on than it is for glitter iron on. So I'm going to go ahead and kick this down to 315 and kick this up to 40 seconds. We're going to remove that carrier sheet. I love glitter iron on. I swear it's like the easiest, most painless iron-on material out there. It just works, I swear, every time. And I was going to show you, just in case you ever get worried about the glitter that you see like on the transfer tape that's not where you're pressing, it always stays on the transfer tape. It does not transfer over onto your shirt at all. So you don't have to worry about that, which is awesome. Okay, so now we just need to locate this other portion of our design, which should be pretty simple. So we know we just want it to go around our faw. You just a touch farther to the left. It does not look pretty straight. Does it look a little tilted? I am definitely an eyeballer when it comes to doing placement. I like to just get a little bit higher than it and just look at how it looks on the shirt. I think that looks really good. So now we can add it here to the press again. And then because the glitter iron-on is completely covered by the carrier sheet for the everyday iron-on, I don't have to worry about that. So we can just go ahead and press it. Now, I am pretty sure Cricut now says that you do not have to press their iron-on material from the back. But after years of working for Cricut, when we did do this, it is literally just ingrained into my brain. So I'm just going to do it for like 15 seconds and then we'll pop it back open. But I have always had great results this way. And so I just don't feel like I want to stop doing it. So now we're just going to set it here and let it cool just a bit. So it's a warm peel, but not a hot peel. So we want to make sure that it like has time for the adhesive to actually cool off enough that it can start binding to the fabric. Okay, so that feels pretty good. So now we'll just slowly peel it up. That looks really good. I think there's a tiny lift right there on the corner. So I am just to make sure, I'm just going to set this down again for 1 second. And I'm just going to put it back in here. I just don't want any of my corners to be lifting because if the corner lifts, then everything can lift. So we're just going to give it a few more seconds. And then since we've already removed the carrier sheet, we shouldn't have a problem with that part lifting again. I think sometimes it happens on the corners. So definitely pay attention to your corners when you are, or I say corners because it's like the corner of the letter, but like the edges and stuff of your letters, make sure that they are stuck down well. I know some people like to kind of, they'll use the end of their shirt and just rub over it really well. That's another option. But like I said, since we'd already taken that off once, taking it off again won't be a problem. And now you can see that corner is stuck down really well. And we have a cute shirt to go along with the pajamas. So I'll show you that whole box now.
Okay, for our next project, we are going to make the sticker to go on the front of the Christmas Eve box. I already have my design, so I'm just going to click upload. We'll hit upload images, find the design on the computer. This time I am using a PNG file because this is a print then cut. I don't need it to have the different layers for the SVG. But, okay, so here you'll see the background is checkered, so there is no background. Here you can see there is a new upload option in Design Space. So if you have a Cricut Access subscription, you now have the multiple layers option. So even if I was uploading a flat graphic, I can, within Design Space, use it to create a layered design. I don't need to do that. So I'm just going to click this flat graphic over here. We'll go ahead and hit continue.
everything looks great. So we'll hit upload. And I did create this design rather large, so I'm going to go ahead and resize it to 4 inches. And now what I want to do is I want to turn this into a sticker, something that's really easy just to apply. So if you use the offset tool, I'm just going to show you this really quick. If you use the offset tool, because this is a print then cut, it is a little bit troublesome because it doesn't have a background. And so it's going to try to do, unless I add like a really large offset, it is going to try to add some interior cuts here. And I do not want that. And when I was messing around with it earlier, because it's a print then cut, it doesn't give you the contour option. So I'm not going to use this feature. I'm going to hit cancel and I'm going to come up here to the create sticker. Up here in the top toolbar, you'll see create sticker. I am going to do a kiss cut. So I want my sticker just to cut through the vinyl portion. I'm using the Cricut printable vinyl. I want it to just cut through that. So I'm going to give it a thin border. If you watch the image here, you'll see that outline pop up. So I have a thin border, but I do not have anything within the sticker. So right now it's white. If I click over to black, you'll see that it's adding a full background to it, which is exactly what I want. If you wanted it to be different colors, you could as well do that there. That's not what I want. Oops. I just want a normal, thin, white cut around the sticker. And then there's another option here, which is die cut edge. So if I clicked on cut interior shapes, it's going to be kind of like if we were just using that offset, it's going to try to cut, remove some of that area around. I want to do the die cut edge. So again, let's watch this thin outline line here. And when I hit die cut edge, you'll see a second line pop up and that's further out. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have my sticker and it's going to have this cute little white outline, which I want a border. And that's going to cut through just the vinyl layer of my material. This die cut border, or die cut edge, this outer edge here, what's going to happen is it's going to like double cut, triple cut, whatever it needs to do, increase the pressure. And that is going to cut all the way through both the vinyl and the backing. So this is an awesome option when you are like trying to sell stickers or gifting stickers or whatever it is. So it has like that nice clean edge and it's easy for them to just peel that off. So I'm going to go ahead and click apply. And now you can see that's all here on the canvas. It looks right. And over here on the side, it says sticker and print then cut. So now I'm going to go ahead and click make. It wants me to save my project. I will let it save my project. And I'm just going to say Christmas Eve box. We'll hit save. And now you can see it's here on my canvas. And I don't know why it wants 11 by 17. We'll go ahead or 8.5 by 7. No, it does say 11 by 17. I'm just going to go 8.5 by 11. And now you can see it here. I have a 4-inch sticker. That's great. It's perfectly wonderful because my box is rather large. So I am going to, because it's just a sticker, I don't need to mirror or anything like that. So I'm going to hit continue. Then it's going to ask me it is going to connect to my Cricut machine, but it is also going to have me send it to the printer. Again, I am using the Cricut vinyl, printable vinyl. So I'm going to go ahead and send it to my printer and then I will come back and we will cut it on our Cricut machine. Okay, now I have my image printed on the printable vinyl and I have selected that in Design Space. So I'm going to go ahead and load this into my Cricut machine so it can cut it for me. So you can see we have the kiss cut. So, or not the kiss cut, the actual die cut. So that cut it out completely. Now I can remove this from the mat. And if you want to, you can remove that outer little die cut piece. See if I can grab that off really quick so I can show you. So I removed that portion. So now we're ready to add the sticker to the box. Okay, so what you put in your Christmas Eve box can 100% just depend on whatever your traditions are. Our traditions are that we just do a new pair of pajamas on Christmas Eve. So we've got a pair of pajama pants and then the shirt that we just made. And I just added a fun tissue paper to it. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck that in. Then we can close up the box. Make sure that's tucked in. You can close up the box. And then I have my sticker and I have this cute green velvety ribbon and gold glittery velvet ribbon. So first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just place the sticker down here on the corner. You can see that's just pretty easy. I love the vinyl, printable vinyl. And I think I need to recalibrate my print and cut. I just did it not that long ago, but it's still looking a little off on this side versus this side. But it looks good. So you can see that just stuck on there really easily. And now we can take our ribbon and decide how we want to do it. If we want to go all the way around, which I think I do. So we've got our green ribbon on here. Now you've got another box option. So the thing that I think is fun about this type of gifting is that you can buy these boxes and just use them every year for Christmas Eve. I don't know if you've ever run into that problem. We've had that happen a couple of times where our gifts, Christmas Eve gifts ended up under the tree with everything else. And then we had to like dig through and find them. So now you've got one that's very clearly labeled. And I do think I was looking at this. Actually, let me untie it so I can show you. I was looking at these boxes and if you remember the adhesives like up here on this corner, I don't think it's a very strong adhesive. So I feel like if you wanted it to like lay back flat, you could undo that and then maybe put like a piece of parchment paper or something over that adhesive to lay it back flat to put it away. And then you could just use like a tape runner or something, or even, a glue gun. But I feel like if you use a glue gun, you probably wouldn't be able to take it apart again. Anyway, that's another option. Also, there's still plenty of room in this box. So if you wanted to add something more, if like you do new slippers or maybe pajamas are a little bit larger, or you have a new baby and you want to add like a blanket or something. So these were adult size. Obviously, there'd be even more room for kid size gift in there.
Okay, and that's it. That is how easy it is to create these fun customized boxes. I love them. I think that they're great, and I think it's a great way to reduce the amount of like gift wrap and stuff like that you have to have on hand. I do think that they would be really fun to be able to figure out a way to take them apart so that you can store them flat if you don't have a lot of room. And I do think that that would be possible with either maybe a little bit of hot glue or even using like those double-sided like glue dots. I think those would work as well. So if you enjoyed this, I would love for you to go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you follow along with us for more fun projects like this. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.